Sora, you don't believe that. I know you don't.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy and welcome to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be covering more Kingdom Hearts series character files, which covers exclusive stories from your favorite and most beloved characters from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. In the last video, we covered Riku Replica's story. In this video, we're going to be covering Riku's story. Now, Riku's story is a little bit different from the other ones. Not only is it really long, but also, unlike the other stories where they seem to take place during or after Kingdom Hearts 3, this story seems to take place during Kingdom Hearts 2's ending. So way before a lot of significant stuff happened. This story focuses more so on the mindset of a Riku during the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, during the iconic scene where Sora and Riku are sitting at the shores of the Realm of Darkness. But without further ado, I present to you Riku's story, my childhood friend. To tell you the truth, Sora, I was jealous of you. As I sat on the dark shore next to Sora, I wondered when I began to feel that way. Was it when Sora became a Keyblade wielder? Or was it all the way back when we were children on the islands? It wouldn't be strange for me to think I was better than Sora. After all, when you're a child, a year is a big age difference. So I played the older brother and took Sora around with me everywhere. When did that change? We defeated Xemnas, but this world was thick with darkness. No matter how many you brought down, the Heartless just kept coming and coming. About to run out of strength, I fell to my knees. Riku! Sora came to help me up. Sora, I can't. It hurt to breathe. I didn't think I could walk anymore. Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just not. Sora took my arm, lent me his shoulder, and stood us up. Sora never was one to give up when things were tough. How can you say that? Even if we could go on, look where we are. I thought that was a calm assessment of the situation, but Sora just smiled and looked straight at the path ahead. Oh, come on, Riku. You've been hanging out in darkness too long. You gotta try and think positive. Sora began to walk. I made myself limp so Sora could carry me and let my heavy legs drag behind me. I couldn't walk anymore. I didn't want to walk anymore. Sora? Sora responded, smiling at me when I called his name. Smiling at me in this dire situation, I had no choice but to follow his lead. I lifted my head and looked forward beyond the darkness, just like Sora did. You lead. Got it. I nodded at Sora, and he began to pull me along and walk forward. I wondered how long this darkness would go on. I'd walked all kinds of dark paths, but this may have been my first time on one with no visible exit. Nevertheless, Sora just continued on. You know, Sora peered at me once again in response. When I saw his face, I could tell that he was also struggling, and it made my heart ache even more. I decided to confess to Sora, something I'd never said out loud before, a kind of repentance. I always figured I was better at stuff than you. Really? But Sora didn't respond the way I expected at all. It was as if he wanted to tell me he wasn't interested in what I had to say at all. Are you mad? I impulsively asked Sora, and Sora stopped in his tracks. No. I kind of always thought you were better at everything too. Ah, that's exactly what anybody would think, isn't it? After all, I'm a little older than Sora, but I still felt some pride hearing him say as much. Then, Sora looked up and gazed straight ahead. Riku, look. What's that light? I raised my head to look. In the distance, I saw a faint, bright light. We gathered up the last of our strength and began to walk towards it. However, it wasn't an exit. It was just a light floating in the sky like a moon, faintly glowing above a dark coast. You could hear the sound of waves here, just like you could back on the islands, back home, but you couldn't hear anything else. It was enveloped in complete silence. End of the road? Yep. Sora nodded and responded quietly to my question. Put me down. I can walk, I told him, and he took my arm from his shoulder and stood up on the beach. Sora took a step toward the coast. I stared at Sora's back. I couldn't see an exit. Even from behind him, I could tell Sora was pretty fatigued. You know, maybe the darkness has gone to me too, Sora muttered. Sora might have also been coming to give up on the idea of getting out of here. As I thought that, I felt something like vertigo. Then I placed my knee in the sand and just fell straight to the ground. I couldn't move anymore. Riku! Sora rushed over and helped me up. This world is perfect for me. If this is what the world really is, just this, then maybe I should fade back into darkness. Riku? If the world is made of light and darkness, we'll be the darkness. Sora sat next to me, throwing out his legs. Yeah, the other side, the realm of light, is safe now. Kairi, the king, and the others are there. That's what I mean. Hey Sora, could you help me? I want to get down to the water. Sora gave a small nod, and then he took my arm on his shoulder again and stood up to slowly walk with me towards the coast. My legs were like sticks at this point. At least the waves sound the same, I muttered unconsciously. It might not have been so bad to face our end at a place that reminds us of home. I continued our conversation from earlier. What I said back there about thinking I was better at stuff than you? Sora responded, still staring straight out at the ocean. To tell you the truth, Sora, I was jealous of you. Sora finally turned to look at me. What for? I thought about it a bit, and then I opened my mouth. This was a confession of guilt. I fell to the darkness because I was jealous of Sora, but that wasn't Sora's fault. I was just weak. I wished I could live life the way you do, just following my heart. Yeah, well, I've got my share of problems too, Sora responded, staring at the horizon. Like what? Asked Sora, smiling a bit. Like wanting to be like you. I see. That made me a little sad, so I responded with as cheerful a voice as I could manage. Well, there is one advantage to being me, something you could never imitate. Really? What is it? Having you for a friend. Sora was surprised for a moment. Then he exhaled a bit. Then I guess I'm okay the way I am. I've got something you could never imitate too. Sora responded with a smile, and he looked off beyond the horizon, at the moon shining faintly in the sky, at the world where we would meet our end. We both had our own things that the other couldn't do. Our hearts, each just like the other, were both filled to the brim with happy feelings at that moment. I was glad to have been Sora's friend. Light. My eyes instinctively narrowed at the sight of the bright sun-like light that appeared right before us. The door to light. We'll go together. Sora stood up and offered his hand to me. Yeah, I responded and began to walk with Sora. And that is Riku's story, my childhood friend. Now, unlike the other stories, there isn't too much to really theorize about here, but this is more so a story that we can just sit down and kind of appreciate and talk about together. The ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, I think a lot of people would agree, even now, as good as Kingdom Hearts 3's ending was, at least to me, Kingdom Hearts 2's ending is iconic for a reason. So as memorable as it is for a reason. And a big part of that is due to the weight, the emotion that went into this scene right before it. The line, "we'll go together," is one of those lines that really has resonated with me like ever since I was a kid. This is really awesome because not only with this are we able to kind of re-experience our favorite childhood scene from Kingdom Hearts 2, but also we get to get more insight into what Riku was thinking as he was responding to Sora interacting with him in this cutscene, and it kind of gives you a different viewpoint on some things as he was saying them, which I really do enjoy. One line that really struck out to me, which you can kind of like figure in a way, I mean he does kind of say it in Kingdom Hearts 2 and says it a little bit in other games as well, but to hear him outright say it is another thing. saying I fell to the darkness because I was jealous of Sora, but that wasn't Sora's fault. It makes me think back a lot to that first scene in Kingdom Hearts 1 when Riku was just sitting there with Maleficent staring at Sora, Donald, Goofy, the Final Fantasy characters, all just having fun through a window, and he was just sitting there staring, probably thinking to himself about how happy Sora is and how jealous he is that Sora is able to have all these friends and make friends basically wherever he goes. Like, Riku doesn't even know these people, and Sora is over here like just having a blast. And for a weak-minded Riku, it made him kind of go to the dark side, made him listen to Maleficent, make him take in Ansem's heart, and all of the other things that happened between Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and so on. Riku is a very, very different character nowadays than he is here, though it's not as if this Riku is gone. This Riku is older, more matured. He's fought his demons, he's overcome them, he's accepted them. He understands what he needs to do, and Riku has a strong sense of purpose now. But that's going to about do it for today's video though, guys. Thank you guys so much for all of the support you've been showing the channel as of late. I know I've been kind of spamming you with character file videos, but you guys seem to be enjoying it, and the reason I've been spamming you with character file videos is because there's a lot of character files. Like, just to give you a number right now. Now, this isn't even all of the characters in the Kingdom Hearts series yet. They're still being translated as we speak, more character files. I've only covered maybe like, what, 6 so far off the top of my head, 6, 7, I don't know. And I still have about 20 more to cover. So we're going to be in for a wild ride over the next month, 2 months, however long this goes on for. Though I will try to mix in some other stuff there as well. There's still the combo contest video coming. I still want to at some point cover the Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultimania, 2 Ultimania, etc, etc. And I have even more projects that I have in the works that I really want to get out to you guys. But during that time period, you guys do have some interesting information in the character files that I will be presenting to you over the next couple of months, weeks. But make sure to be subscribed and have those notifications on so you do not miss a single upload on the channel, so you don't miss a single story from a character. But speaking of subscribing, actually, if you enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, leave a comment down below telling me what you think about all of this, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.